A very warm welcome back to Griffin Indiana 22 for episode 23 with me, MrSealyp. I start this episode, and indeed May too, with a selling of wood pellets, which I do every couple of days now, with a fairly large trailer load. See how we fare with this. Excellent stuff. This is going to be an episode of what have I done? And oh, what have I done? It's you know, it's a massive thing, punctuation, and what a difference it makes. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I've done, because I've done some stuff off camera. So I was a bit busy the rest of May 1, right into the dark, into the night, and because of that, the look what I've done is going to turn into what have I done? You know, I made a bit of a mistake. I made a bit of a mess, I'm not going to lie. But that's the nature of having everything turned on, isn't it? Just so lovely. Those baling contracts are still hanging around, but I haven't got any others. Nothing else has turned up. So I've got a few things I'm going to do. I'm going to drop off this large trailer. I might just put it to one side here, actually. Grab the smaller trailer. I've got some more watermelons that need to be loaded up, but the Frey Farms wagon hasn't arrived. So first on the agenda is, I'm going to just show you here. We have now got in here wood chips, 224,916 litres of wood chips. That's because up at the field, I cleared the other side of the waterway of trees. So I was doing that, but I was doing that late into the night. The mowing that I was doing and tedding and all the rest of it and collecting. That's just a good point. Where I just said I start this episode, there's probably a couple of clips before that. I'll start the episode where I'm talking, I think. Anyway, so I did the mowing, did the collecting, put the grass into the silo, and then I had a thought, which I'll go up and show you in a moment. What else was it? Oh, yeah, I'm going to put in a beehive today. So, yeah, I did all the wood chipping, got rid of the trees up there. I put 100 and something litres into the carpentry, and then the rest I put into here, because I thought, if I need it for something else, I don't think I'll take it back out of the carpentry. I might be able to, but if I can store it in here, so I've put a load of wood chips in here. What was that thing we were going to do? Oh, I'm going to go and buy a tractor. We're going to go to Mr. Webb's. He's got 4 tractors there from Hawkeye Farms. We're going to have a bit of a gander, and we'll see. It's interesting, is it? The English vernacular with regard to rhyming slang and stuff. I know butchers, it's butcher's hook. Look, we're going to have a butcher's. Gander. Have a gander. I don't know, actually. Kind of racking my brains now. I'm sure someone will know. I'll probably have to look that up, otherwise that will drive me insane. So here's what I'm going to do at this point, because I want to take out the hot pellets, and we've got quite a few. The biomaterial, I'm probably just going to have to sell that off, I think. I'm not going to make a huge amount of money on it, but I haven't got anything at the moment that can use it or utilise it, so I'm probably going to. So because I don't want that, I don't want the hops or the biomaterial to spawn, I'm going to put both of those onto distributing at the moment. They won't distribute anywhere until the hour, so I should be fine. And then the hot pellets are on storing. If I go over to here, and we do that, the pallets, sorry, bags of hot pellets should appear. Now these aren't liftable, are they? Of course they're not. I'm going to get those out of the way. I just thought it's 9:24 and we are on ×3. I don't want those things distributing, so if I just get these out of the way, and then we'll load them up, I can put the barriers back on. So we're going to get rid of some other hot pellets, some of the fruits of our labour. I haven't actually looked to see where the best price is at the moment, or where indeed I can sell them. I'm assuming I can do them at the sell anything where I just was. So, hot pellets. That's pretty cool. These are 2,000s, are they? Yeah, it must be, mustn't they? Because we had 7,000 litres. So 3 bags, 6,000s, yeah. So this might be a nice earner. Although it's taken, how long have we had this running for now? Is it a couple of days? So not quite a full month. So in a full month, yeah, could be quite productive. I could have just sold the hops straight away. But also there's that potential that moving further down the line, there'll be things that we could do with these. I was thinking about putting in the maltings as well, but it's quite expensive. So what we'll do is go back to there and put that back on. Does that every time I switch that on now? Let me go. And then we'll put those. I've lost it, there we go. Put those back onto storing. Should I put that on selling? I don't want to sell it. You know what it's like, and then something pops up, something becomes available that you can use them for, and I'll have got rid of a load. But whilst I haven't reached my storage capacity, I might as well leave them there. And if I get to a whole load, then so be it, we'll do something with them. So what I'll do now is go and grab the trailer. We've got a full pallet of milk churns of the sheep's milk, but that's only 1,000 litres, and 1,000 litres is not going to get me a huge amount of cheese. Where did I put the trailer? Oh, I'm having one of those days. Oh, that liquid bag, I never found it. I suppose I could have looked onto the map menu and I could have just gone through and cancelled out all the various different things that weren't items until I kind of located it. But it was leased, so I got rid of it and I bought one. I thought, well, actually, you know what? It's quite a handy thing. Those bags, you know, if you have them on the larger capacity as well, even if you have them on the small capacity, if you think about it, that was something I was going to talk about. I know I'm just going through thought processes. Used vehicles for today, nothing really that I want or I'm going to need or use. But if we go up to our trailers, and I know there's the whole load, and I was looking at slurry trailer options for moving slurry around for doing my various different productions and ting. That one, there was the one I leased, was 15,000 litres. That's 21,000 litres, a bit more expensive. And then, I don't know if I actually, did I download any more? There's obviously that one, because I've got the lorry, so I could use that. That's only 30,000 litres. So if I go to these and go to, we do go to the pallet versions, I think will be the easiest with it. There is somewhere. There we go. So even if I go for the standard size, I don't go silly and go on to Unreal. If I get 3 of those, that's 30,000 litres, 3 grand. So standard configuration. 3 grand. I can pick them up by hand, and I can put them onto the back of a trailer I've already got, as opposed to a tanker that's going to cost me, you know, well, it depends which one I go for, but you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? So I've grabbed one. Anyway, I just thought, why not? It's handy, we'll use it. So I suppose the thing to do now is we should really check on the pricing, just gone past it, for hot pellets. Oh, okay, that's come down somewhat. Acme, that's my sell point down at the, well, where I just was actually. Mind you, that said, 2,000 each, that's 6 grand. Okay, that could be 18 grand for those three bags. We'll get rid of those, then we'll drive the Jeep up and we'll head to Mr. Webb's, because I'm going to get another tractor. And like I say, well, I have spoken to Hawkeye Farms. We have got some pricing in place. Mr. Webb will have his little bit on top, I would imagine. A little bit of, you know, there's got to be something in it for him. Otherwise, you know, why is he bothering? I totally get that. I'm not averse to him making a little bit of cash. I'm going to get them cheaper than I would if I bought them brand new. So why not? Can I get 2 of those at a time? Let's go forward a little bit. Yep. So those are back. Loads of people have been messaging me about this. It's weird how I get kind of flurries. I don't know if it's people that haven't watched my channel before, and I know I use this big bag handler on my mod reviews as well. It's the Big Bag and Support Package mod by Farm Centro Soil. It's in the description for this video, but it's not actually, I haven't put it in my, I only ever put the mods that I'm reviewing on the mod review videos. I didn't really think of it like that. But I suppose the stuff that I've got standard that I use to do the mod reviews, I suppose I should have those listed as well. But yeah, that's what it is. So if you're wondering if you want to use it, Big Bag and Support Package mod by Farm Centro Soil, and you can get this fantastic bag handler, which I adore. I liked the previous versions, and I like this one. So all is good. Oh, so that one there, that one there, that one there. So off there we go. Cool. Let's go and sell these and see what we make. Then we'll go up and check on the biogas plant, because that's the other thing. The things I want to show you is part of the things I want to show you. So yeah, we'll go to Mr. Webb's. We'll buy ourselves a tractor. We'll keep an eye on. Oh, it's going to rain again. We'll keep an eye on the contract situation, because on a day like this, if I've got no contracts to do, I've got my field is planted. There's no weeding in that needs doing. You see, I've got a full pallet of milk, sheep's milk. How cool is that? So we'll get that out. So at some point I need to get myself the sheep dairy, which again is not going to be cheap. So it's another one of those days I thought, oh, I'll just do these bits and bobs. I'll skip ahead to May 3. But then I get to May 3 and all of a sudden I've got a load more money, and I've sold stuff that, you know, the whole point was I did the hop garden to do hops and to get hop pellets, and then I sell my hop pellets and don't show me selling them. It seemed a bit daft, you know. That's the whole point of doing it, isn't it? The price is not the best it could be, but I'm going to keep on producing them, so it doesn't matter. We'll make a bit of cash. So let's get rid of those. Oh, it's always good when the money's rolling up and the bags haven't disappeared yet, although they are shrinking in size, which is pretty cool. That was more than I thought. Is my maths off? I was doing it. Yeah. I was doing it at 4,000 each bag. No, 4,000, 3,000 each bag. Not 3,600. 3,600 is 18, but it wasn't. It was 4. Well, just under 4,000 for each bag. So yeah. No, not for each bag. For each 1,000. Oh, ignore me. It's maths, isn't it? Maths. So let's go to Mr. Webb's. I'll drop this trailer off, pick up the other one on the way up, drop off the big trailer at the wood pellet production. So yeah, my wood pellet production is ticking over. Again, I know I said before, that is a finite resource. It will run out at some point. That being said, I had like, well, I put 600,000 litres in it. I'd used down to about 500 and something. And then obviously then last night doing the wood chipping I then put another 102,000 something thousand in there. So whilst it is, yes, it is a finite resource, because I haven't got any plans to cut any more trees down or do any more wood chipping. I was just doing that to clear the area. That said, if I buy any more plots of land that have got trees on that are in the way, I may need to. Again, we'll see. Doesn't hurt actually, every now and again to have a check. Normally, I say normally, I have noticed you get like an audible, like a beep, there's a sound. The trouble is if I'm talking or I'm doing something or there's an engine noise or something happening, you don't always catch it. Normally on the hour or something you might get this small audible little beep, and it can often mean that a piece of machinery is gone from the store, from the used vehicle market, or one's been added, so it's worth having a look. Yeah, still no sewing contracts. I suppose the other thing to check as well at this point would be the calendar. Yeah, I mean we went through oat, sunflower, potato, sugar beet, sugar cane. We're in cotton, sorghum, and soybean at the moment, and I haven't planted any of those. I've had no contracts to plant any of them at all. No sowing contracts. Into June, July, though, we should get some harvest contracts come up. That's where I hope things are going to be a bit more interesting. In that, the wheat and barley ones, I'm going to use that pickup because I'm going to collect the straw after doing those harvests. So we will enable straw swath. We'll leave it on the ground. I was hoping by now I might have got a harvest to come up, second-hand, a small one. That said, there are some small ones knocking about that aren't too expensive, so I might just pick one up anyway. We'll see how we do financially, but I have to say, considering the last episode we were down at, how much were we on? I had a couple of contracts that I completed and a few bits and bobs here and there, and then obviously we're selling the wood pellets and now just selling the hot pellets. We're doing all right, the money's back up again, so we're kind of covering the cost. We've covered the cost. Oh no, we're not quite there. We were on 200 and something, then bought the biogas plant and the little plot, the corner plot it was on. So yeah, we're not quite back to where we were, but not far off considering we put a biogas plant in. I have done some shrubs. We've got some shrubs up there. That's something else I was going to show you, but let's go to Mr. Webb's and see what we've got available. Now, as far as I'm aware, the 4 tractors that are available are all articulated. I think they might be articulated. John Deere's been sold. That's gone. That's the one he was working on for a while. I'll just pull up here. And I don't think they ever have a front 3-point link, but they're higher horsepower. So in all honesty, I don't really mind that too much. So let's have a look, shall we, and see what fare is available. Oh man, I'll have them all, please. Oh man. And that's the thing, isn't it? I jolly well hope so. So, we have got a Case Traction King. This is around the 300 horsepower mark. Now I know Hawkeye Farms didn't ship them off this dirty, but in transport, I assume weather and whatnot, they get kind of splashed and a bit mucky. They'll just need a bit of a wash and brush up. Then we've got an international, what's this one? Super 70, is it? Super 70 2x2. That's quite nice. I've said this before. Have I said it before? The front looks like a bit of a shark with the gills, but it reminds me, I know it's weird because it's a tractor, it reminds me of the old bullnose Ferraris, the old sort of racing ones. Was it, I'm trying to think, 325, 375? Yeah, the old Ferrari bullnose with that slightly back, it looks like a Ferrari. It's a tractor, but it's a Ferrari. Then we have got the Alice 8550. That's nice. Well, they all are, aren't they? I mean, let's be honest, they're all rather lovely tractors. And then we've got this, the Massey Ferguson 4000 series. What engine was that one got on it? 4900. So that's got to be up 300 and something horsepower. I'm really taken with the Massey, I'm not going to lie. Mind you, that's cool. I love them. This is it. I can have all of them. I can't have all of them. I haven't got the money to have all of them, but I would have all of them in a heartbeat. What do I choose, man? What do I choose? I have to say, I'm erring more on this side. I like the. Oh, there's no reason I can't. There's no reason I can't change tyres on these tractors. Of course I can. Now, pricing. I can't remember what I was told now for prices on these. They were all around the 50 to 60,000 bracket, I think, for these. Okay, so the prices I've been given, they're actually combined. I could get two, but I just think I don't want to. I think that one's got the highest horsepower, and that one we're going to say 57, I think. It does actually say, I'm not going to lie about this, I just think it's possibly a bit cheap, but I understand they're not being used, they're upgrading tractors, they've shipped all these off to be sold off. I could buy the Case and IH, or the Case and Alice together for 50,000, or the Massey, which is slightly higher horsepower, and any one of the others for 57. So I could have two for 50 grand or two for 57. I honestly, I think that's too cheap for what I'm getting. I'm going to go for the Massey. I think we'll pay 57 for the Massey, because that's an absolute bargain. There we go. Now we're rocking and rolling. Oh, that is nice. But I have... Oh, see, this is the thing. I've got a Massey Ferguson, but I love this tractor. I think it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, they all look amazing, but... That's it. I'm getting this one. We're getting this one. 57 grand. I'm happy to pay it for a third tractor. This gives us a bit of extra capacity for jobs like ploughing and various different things like that. Sowing contracts, anything where I don't necessarily need a front 3-point link on it. Lush. Right, actually I'll probably have to come back for that later on. I'll speak to Mr. Webb. We know this is the one we're going to have. We've just bought ourselves a Massey Ferguson 4900. Awesome! Right, put that there. So I guess he'll sell the others on now. Sad times. Anyway, that being said, sorry I spent so long deciding. There we go. 57,426. A little bit of something on top. Just as a thank you, we own a third tractor. Super cool. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Hawkeye Farms. Awesome. So, on to the next job. So yeah, I was just thinking actually, am I going to get the other bit in as well? Potentially, I'll try if I can. So, keep a track. Just in case, you never know. Nope, no. So we're going to go up again to the field where I went to look at weeds. I'll show you what I've done there, then we'll head across and I'll show you the other bits. Should have really stopped, but got to remember on the wrong side of the road as well. It's funny that when I do my recording, this sounds brilliant, I love it, but when I come to edit, it always sounds a lot louder than I remember. So apologies if I'm bursting into his eardrums. Let's head up, shall we? Feeling very chipper today, I don't know why, just am. What did I say, Friday? There might be mods again, but I'm off to see my brother and his family, and my sister-in-law, and my nieces, nephews and stuff. Nieces, nephews, and this is nephew. And yeah, it's going to be nice. So hopefully, that's not tomorrow, lunchtime, afternoon. My brother passed his qualification to be a rugby coach, the national, well, I can't remember what it's called now. So he was doing it anyway, and he was partway through doing his training, but he's now qualified. So he's now coaching and stuff, and the team that my niece is playing, they've got a match. So the what have I done moment. Look out across there, look, it's all clear. Down to the waterway, both sides, lovely. Haven't decided what I'm going to do the other side yet. I might just cut that at the moment because there's grass there. We can cut that. I came down here in the dark to finish off the last of the wood chipping. Look what I did. Because my crops had grown. Oh, And then as if that wasn't bad enough, I came to get the next load, and on my way back out, did it again! Across the corner. I couldn't see where the corner was. It blended the two between, and I made a mess, people. I made a mess. Can't deny it. Gotta hold my hands up. It's what people wanted. They said, oh, I always play with crop destruction off. And I said, I don't ever drive over my crops. I never do. And then what do? Turn it off. So I turn it on, which way around, yeah. And then do exactly that. So brilliant. Sound move. Sound as a pound MrSealyp. So from here, I'll do this again. I'm getting to the wrong position on it. So let's see if we can find a way out of here. We're in longest day mode again. In our Jeep, honking through the trees, avoiding the Germans. Oh, I think I've got to go south. I have, haven't I? Just thinking this has all been recorded in one hit. Yeah, I've come too far out. Yeah, way too far. Actually, it's probably not a bad thing. I can show you the first thing first, and then the next thing after. Well, it wouldn't matter. Whichever one I got to first would have been the first thing, wouldn't it? So, to our left, I cut all the grass. That's done to the left and collected. I was bringing it to the silo, and then just thought to myself, the silo is taking too long. The fermenter it was too slow for my liking, and now I've got a biogas plant to say keep up with. It's not a particularly fast processing one, so. I know I'm going to get in trouble for this. I'm going to get clobbered because I don't technically own the land. I've got access to it. I've got use of it. I had permission, honest governor. We've switched out the fermenter. So we took out the fermenter that was there and we put a different fermenter in. I mean, at the end of the day, it's doing the same job. It's just a different fermenter. This one, as you can see, is running a little bit faster. So when I finished cutting all the grass there, I had about 100 and... Well, what did I have in it? I had 76,000 litres of grass left in the fermenter that was there. And when I cut everything, I think I was just over 200,000 litres. And then I suddenly thought, well, hang on a minute, the fermenter takes hay as well. I had a whole load of hay down in my silo, didn't I? All those hay bales that I put into the silo. If I bring up hay as well, I can speed up the production of silage up here as well. So as I was doing that, I thought, you know what? Well, let's just swap it out. So we've got now 178,000 litres of grass and 50,000 litres of hay. 64,455 litres of silage has been produced. So that was going to keep chugging away, and I'm going to use that to supply my biogas plant. So that's another change I made. What have I done? That's what I've done. So that was swapped out, brought hay up, that's done. Next. I said I was going to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him on the Langstroth hives, and I'm going to probably put it down here amongst the trees. So this is nice on the hillside. You know, you can't really see the beehives from any distance. They're here. I'm in the habit. I'm hiding things. I hid the BGA, and now I'm hiding this. So I'm going to put one down here, I think, in amongst the trees. I could stick it up on the hill, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, but we'll stick it down here. So let's put a hive in. There we go, just over 19 grand, 33 Langstroth hives. So that should, in conjunction with the 4 that are up on the hill, increase our production a little bit of our honey up there, because it's been going months now and we haven't got a full pallet. But I mean, that's the way it is. But now I'm pretty sure, unless I misremembered, I'm sure there's a gate down here, isn't there? There is. There it is. So that's that job done. At some point, I think what we'll start doing, like we did with the carpentry, when we invested in the carpentry, I spent 20 grand buying the little corner plot where the biogas plant was, or buying part of that plot. I think when we do our wood pellet runs now, if we do it every couple of days and we're making 40 grand every couple of days, I'm going to invest 20 grand each time on buying this farm. So whilst I've got access to it and I'm using it, we'll buy it in instalments. I suppose No, you know what I'm going to do? I've decided on something else. I'm going to get a loan. I'm going to get a bank loan. I'm going to buy it outright, and then I'll pay back the loan when I do my... That's the better way to do it. That way I own this outright, and then there's no more, you know, there should be no one in the town should be concerned about the fact I'm using the property or changing it or doing anything with it without permission, or that I'm changing things and should be allowed to. So I guess the next thing to do is going to be to check on... I did this in the last episode, didn't I? And I can't remember what I said it was. Yeah, it was a lot more than I thought it was. 600. Oh, hang on, is that for both plots there? Oh no, that is all one plot, isn't it? I thought the field was separate. That's 700,000. Although I've already put 20 grand into that corner, so that brings that down to 670,000. So much better. So much better. I don't even think I can take out a loan for that much. Oh, I missed this. How did I miss that? I took back the pickup and the header thing and missed a bit. Oh, it doesn't matter. So anyway, as we'll see, put some shrubs in. We have a shrubbery just here. It's not trees, but it all kind of... Oh yeah, thank you to Dust Bunny, who'd gone onto the forums and for Griffin, the mayor's forum. Go with it, people. And it's to do with console and the tree counts, that consoles can only have a certain amount of trees. Oh, what was it now? Anyway, basically what it's saying is to be able to place more trees, I think this has got 7,500 trees on it or something. I would have to cut down something like 2,500 trees to get to a point where I could plant more or put more in or place more. So if we go down to... Where are we? Oh, I might be on the right page, but no, I wasn't the right one. Let's go down and see how many trees we have actually cut down. That might be quite scary. And how many hours we've got in. Trees cut down 148. Is that all? I thought I'd done loads. So yeah, 148. And I'd have to cut down 2,500, I think. So yeah, not going to work really. Time played, we're up to 105 hours. So as far as this goes, I put a bit of everything in, so we have got it all running on all sorts of stuff. We've got 1,620 litres of methane, and we've got 10,312 litres of digestate has been produced. Now, as I said, I bought one of those bags, or pallets of bags, that has got a little bit left in it, 345 litres. So I don't know if you can see to the right, the slurry one, silage is in there. I've got more silage to bring over now because that's been producing a load. Actually, I should do that really. The sugar beet cut's running down and the manure I brought up is, but the slurry is just pinging away and sitting at 50, 50, 50, 50. It's not good anything because it's gradually using this. Once this is empty, then that will start chugging away on the slurry. I think I only bought up, I can't remember what I bought up now, 50, 52, 54, it wasn't a huge amount. But anyway, so those are the changes, those are the things I've done. So I go to the bank and see if I can get a loan for 670,000. Oh dear. So this is, I can add this, if I get the loan, this is added to the list of what have I done? But at least I can say I legally will own that. I've bought it outright. I don't think I'm going to get a discount on that. And then that way, I can do what I like then. With impunity. But I need to come back up it with the trailer actually and move that silage over, so we'll do that. So yeah, let's go to the bank, shall we? It's slightly different. It's not quite all one take, but we're not far off actually. I need to check my record time actually. Unless those lights are flashing, I'm good. But the crossing that is obviously not. I haven't actually been looking for any more coins recently. We should have done. I had picked up some. I did again. I did some. I came across. I did them off camera. I didn't really. going to be into the account and straight out, and then I owe a load of money, but hey, it's the fairest way of doing it, I suppose, isn't it? Okay. Luckily, we're right next door. We can get the bank loan, go next door, buy it, and then, you know, happy days. Oh, my head is down. Luckily, you don't even have to come out of the building. You can go and get your bank loan, and you just go straight through. Look through the side here, you can see. You come straight through and into the real estate building. Now, admittedly, my top line there may not look any different. However, I'll show you where it does look different. Let's go to this page here. Now look at the bottom. Loan, 670,000. That went into the bank and straight out again. But, in other news, it does mean that we now own this. It's ours. So I could move machinery and equipment up there. We've got a sort of secondary farm area. I suppose what I could do is rent out the farmhouse. I guess we could have the land and do whatever we want with the land, but the actual farmhouse itself, make a little bit of money back that way. Don't know how we go about doing that, but we could do. Actually, I think we probably could, couldn't we? So, that's now ours. I say it's now ours. It's the bank's. It's not ours yet. It's the bank's. So what we'll do, like I say, every couple of days when we do one of those big runs, then when we get round to winter, if the price starts to go back up on wood pellets and we make way more money, then we'll pay more off. But I think every couple of days, if we make 40 grand each time, then what we'll do is 20 grand of that we'll pay off the loan, and we'll gradually chug away paying that off. Now, I could sit with that loan there, but then every day that goes by, every month that goes by, we're paying the interest on that loan, which we don't really want to be doing that. We want to pay it off as soon as we can. It's very strange. It wasn't something that I would say had bothered me or was bothering me. Or I was thinking, a couple of times I did stuff that, should I be? I think the tipping point was when I switched over and did the... I wasn't even going to mention it. I thought, you know what, I'll switch over the fermenter. It doesn't matter. But the speed of the new one is such that it would be glaringly obvious. The other one was taking a long time, and I'd get sort of 3, 4, 5. I might go through a couple of months and get sort of 20,000 litres there. But in one night, that's gone up to 60,000 litres of silage. Now that's glaringly obvious. I can't hide that. Plus, it's not in my nature to deceive. I don't like doing that. So that was the tipping point, I think, that made me think, you know what? I think we need to buy it. We need to at least, we'll get the bank to buy it, and then at least we can pay them back, and I don't know. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, that brings me on to my next task. I say final task. I'm just trying to think. What do we do? Sold the wood pellets, sold the hot pellets when I showed you the various different bits and bobs where I did things. Oh, we bought a new tractor, did we? Let's go and get the new tractor. I'll go and grab that. We'll bring that back. And got a loan, which I wasn't intending doing when I started this episode, but I have now. So next, greenhouse. I've got the 2 greenhouses there. We're going to put in the pepper greenhouse. I've been talking about it and said I was going to do it. That one I think we're going to put over here probably. Yeah, I might do actually. So, peppers. This one, production, greenhouses, and it's one of those, isn't it? Mid-size or large? Large, 10 grand. Now, is the water bit at the front? Oh, I've done it again. Every time you'd think I'd learn by now, wouldn't you? Turn that on. Let's do that again, shall we? Greenhouses. I was around the right way. So do I put it sticking out like that? Or do I maybe swing it around and put it here? Oh no, I need the side bit, don't I, for the pallets to spawn. Just trying to work out the best The best locale. I think he is probably going to be alright. Overlaps with another object. What object? Don't want to put it slap bang in the middle. What about over the side here? That might work. That's close to the fence. We can still put stuff up. And then the stuff comes out to the side. Boom. Not there. I think this just takes water, doesn't it? I don't think it takes anything else. Yeah, just water. The recipe is, it's not going to be mega fast, but the peppers, I think, were the ones that were worth the most, weren't they? So this is the thing, and again, I've mentioned it before, and it's something I really should kind of pay more attention when I do. Well, I think I do when I do mod reviews and stuff. It's not always just the cycles per month which are relevant. The cycles per month can be very high. If the recipes are 1-to-1, there's not enough recipe being produced. Where different people get faster results and better results are where the cycles per month are high, but the recipe is high as well. If that was 1,000 water to 1,000 tomatoes, that would be honking through really, really quickly. With the high cycles per month, that would be really fast. I'm just going to double check. Again, it doesn't hurt, does it? Measure twice, cut once. If we go back to our pricing, we'll check on our peppers. Where were the peppers? Yeah, 1,300, and the others are under 1,000 for whatever. So I think we're going to do peppers. So I'll just need to go and grab water, which is fine. We'll get that up and running. We'll get some peppers going too. Oh, I'm going to use the Massey here. Actually, I'm going to turn that off now. A side panel, my kingdom for a side panel. Yeah, so we'll get some water in there. Then we'll go and get the other Massey. Question is... Oh, no, I was still attached. We've become very attached, me and the fertiliser spreader. It has got abandonment issues, but it's fine, it's okay. And then, like I say, we should move into... We'll see what happens May 3 if I get any contracts, that kind of thing. If not, we'll be into June, and hopefully... we'll get some harvesting. Wheat and barley. Fingers crossed. So yeah, another productive day as far as I'm concerned. Like I say, it's all stuff I'm doing. It's stuff I was doing. It's nice to have a chat, reconnect. A lot of people have been asking me about SnowRunner. I'll be honest, I haven't played on SnowRunner. I played a little bit for myself. There's been, how many phases have been released since I last did a video? Another 2, and then the next one, phase 8, season 8. Was released, was it yesterday? I'm trying to think. It's got the farming stuff in it, and people have said it's right up your street. It's farming stuff. It's perfect. You know, it's perfect content, and I would have to agree. It absolutely is. I think we're doing this mod reviews, map tours, construction simulator, which I've been playing a lot of at the moment as well. I don't know when I'm going to find time. I want to. Don't get me wrong. I want it. I love SnowRunner. It's a brilliant game, and every now and again I'll go on. I'll play for myself, and you know. Have a bit of a tonk around, and I've got a few different vehicles and some Land Rover mods which I've been absolutely loving, and the whole farm concept of the game, like I say, it couldn't be a better fit, could it? But I don't know when I'm going to find the time. That's my only problem with the whole thing, unfortunately. How much water does this actually take? Oh, 20,000 litres will be alright. So let's go down to peppers, turn that on. I did press peppers, not lettuce, didn't I? Yeah. No fertiliser, no seed, nothing like that. Just a regular greenhouse, other than the fact it's doing peppers. And we'll get some peppers going. So I'm going to go and refill this. and get that up to 20,000 litres so it's fully topped off, and then always up, grab the Massey, bring that back, give that a bit of a jet wash. Hopefully everything is sound as a pound on that. Probably turned a little bit too early now. I'll see you momentarily. We'll get that sorted, and then I can start working harder again to pay off my loan. Yep, still nothing on there. No. And then where are we? Nothing new on there either. Fair enough. I am going to take out a new Massey. Whoa! Got to allow for the articulation. I'm going to take it down, give it a bit of a squirt with the old jet wash, and grab the trailer, head up to our newly acquired property, grab the silage that's there, take that to the biogas plant, and drop that off into the biogas plant to make sure everything's looking as good as it can be. I'm pretty sure this is 375 horsepower, I'd say. It's got plenty. We'll take it to the workshop, get the license plates, the for sale signs taken off of it. Oh, it's brilliant. I suppose thinking about where I am, maybe I should have gone for the Alice. Maybe the Traction King. I don't know. I just like this one. A bit of a clean. Make it all lovely. There we go, that will do. Probably do be giving the trailer a bit of a wash as well, but anyway, we won't worry about that. This doesn't have beacons on it, but does it matter? I don't think so. So that's something else I miss. I think not having the side panel. Yes, we've got rotating beacons on PS5 on the next gen consoles. Well, we've got beacons, don't get me wrong, but I mean the reflective beacons. But what I do miss is having that hazard light button that we used to have on the side panel. You can just give it a quick click and on would go your hazard lights as well. I loved that. Anyway, I think we got a fair bit done. New vehicle, new property, new greenhouse, some stuff sold, some dirty little secrets revealed. I can't believe I drove over that crop. What an idiot. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you're still enjoying the series. If you are, and if you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.